Welcome, wrestling fans. We are back with another episode of the HeelCast. Joining me tonight is the man from Florida, Goldberg. What's going on?
What's up, man? Feels good. It's a little old school show, a little old school Impact show like we used to do.
That's right. It's been a while since it was just strictly Impact. So don't worry, though, folks. There's going to be another HeelCast sometime this week, and that will be more centered around AEW. So if you are listening for that, check back because there will
check
be
your
another.
Head because AEW is terrible.
Oh, sadly, I agree. Anyways, I am not going to do any plugs tonight because I ain't feeling the love. So no plugs tonight. We're just going to hop right into the news. So first, we got to talk about AEW signing more wrestlers, yet they're not signing a writer, which I think is a terrible move. But the reports are that Daniel Bryan and CM Punk are signing with AEW. Goldberg, give me your thoughts because I got a lot of thoughts on this one. But you go first.
It feels to me like one of those things that they think is going to change the wrestling business, and I just don't think that exists anymore. I don't think there's a guy unless it's The Rock, who doesn't wrestle anymore, obviously, or unless it's John Cena. I just don't think Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, who's been out for years, and I just don't think that it really doesn't matter to me. Personally, to me, it's will I turn it on to watch their debut? Yeah, probably. Am I excited about it? I don't really care. I know you have thoughts on it, so
yeah. No, you're right. Like, I mean, if there's two guys that are actually free agents that they could get that would cause, pop a rating, yeah, sure, okay. I'll start with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan would be a solid signing because the guy still can go. He's still in really good shape. I think he's about 40 now, but I still think he's got time left, especially if he kind of tones down his style, which he's been doing. So
good luck in this company. He'd be flying all over.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't been very good with safety measures. So, but no, I think Daniel Bryan's a solid signing. But as far as CM Punk goes, I think that's a terrible waste of money. Goldberg, you saw the photo I sent you earlier today of CM Punk?
Yeah, if you didn't tell me it was CM Punk, I don't think I would have known.
I mean, this guy looks old. Like, he's not in wrestling shape. Like, he's just skinny now. He looks like 50.
He looks frail.
Yeah, he looks frail. He looks like something's wrong with him. I don't know if that was just
looks
the
like
angle.
A cokehead, to be honest.
Yeah, he does. He looks like a grandpa.
Yeah, he does.
Like an older grandpa. Yeah.
Let me take a look at that picture again.
Yeah. He does not look right. The guy hasn't been in the ring now for almost 7 years. It's been a while. I think it was 7 years because I can remember he was on the cover of WWE 2K14. And I think that was the same year he left. And we all know about his MMA debut. Now, the guy can talk. I'm not going to say he can't talk. I think he's pretty solid talker. But
you know what? His face aged about 20 years in the past 5 years.
That's exactly what it looks like.
He's always been thin.
This is a guy who's lived the straight edge lifestyle too.
He looks
I'm starting to wonder.
Yeah, he looks very skinny. His hairline receded majorly, which you can't blame him for.
Right.
But now it makes his forehead look massive, and he just looks old, man. He looks like he's got wrinkles and lines. Yeah, he looks old.
Well, I'm wondering too if he stopped working out. And
he's still. I mean, yeah, he's got that name in the wrestling community. To me, it's not a world-renowned name. But it's a big wrestling community name.
Yep.
So
yep, he was the king of the IWC, and he's broken out a little bit into the mainstream. 42. Wow. Not old, but keep in mind, like if we compare Hulk Hogan joining WCW, he was still in his 30s. Kurt Angle, when he joined TNA, he was in his 30s. So
that's incredible because they both looked 50. Yeah.
Yeah, they looked a lot.
Yeah.
I think people too.
Listen, I'm not going to bash the guy. You can't help how you look to a certain degree.
No, but he doesn't. I mean, if he stopped working out, so maybe he has time to start, getting in better shape. That's fine. I mean, how much is this guy going to wrestle too? I mean, is he going to wrestle as much as the Big Show?
The Big Show. Yeah, I do think he's going to wrestle, but I don't. Does it? I mean, I'll watch his debut. I'll watch the crowd go nuts for this guy, but I don't care. At the end of the day, this is not going to. Even if I was interested in CM Punk, AEW will not know how to book him. I promise.
Yeah. Yep. Because they don't have a booker. They don't have anybody that can write a show.
Listen, I thought it was cool when Moxley debuted, and I was actually watching it at the time because that was one of their first shows, and I was giving them a chance. But they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and I don't care if they get. I mean, listen, they ruined Sting for me. I'm done with Sting. So
yeah, that's sad.
Did you see what Sting did last week?
Please tell me, because I did not.
His big fight with Orange Cassidy.
Oh no!
He threw the fake kicks.
Oh,
fake leg kicks thrown by Sting and Orange Cassidy.
Oh, God. Sting was in a match with the fake kicks. Oh, God.
He was on the outside, and Orange Cassidy was managing some jobber. And they met outside the ring and did the fake kick routine.
That is awful.
That is officially the kicker for me. Stinger, I love you. I'll always love you, but I'm done. Done with you.
Oh, man, that's awful. You should never subject Sting to that.
Terrible. Oh, but the fact that he agreed to do it, I mean, just mind-boggling.
Okay, I want to go back in time a little bit here. 1999, when Rikishi started doing the stink face, I was embarrassed by that because I was a WCW fan, and that's one of the reasons. Like WWF was going to the Jerry Springer style, and they were going real raunchy, and I was kind of embarrassed when Rikishi would do that, but. If you compare Orange Cassidy doing the fake kicks to Rikishi stink face looks like a hell of a move.
Well, yeah, I mean, that shit would actually hurt.
Right, and it would smell terrible.
This is clearly a joke. Like, clearly,
this is awful.
It's meant to be a joke. Like, but I don't get it. Is it meant to be a joke? Like, I don't get it. I'm not in on the joke. I don't get it.
Honestly, I mean, that and Joey Ryan's penis flip, I think the penis flip might actually be better. And that's saying something. I don't know. They're about tied.
Yeah, that is saying something.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll go that far.
It's pretty bad, though. It's pretty bad that these two moves are out there.
Joey Ryan, we support you. Come on the show, man. We'll give you a platform.
I blame Chikara. I mean Joey. I'm just laughing at your Joey Ryan comment, but he's a wholesome man. Damn it, he's a wholesome man.
He's changed. Okay,
he's changed, people.
But he went to church like 4 times. The new man.
I just remember this shit was happening in Chikara, and I remember seeing it was like maybe 2006, 2007, their King of Trios tournament. That's the only reason I ever paid attention to Chikara, because they'd always bring back like a Team WWF or BWO or something. They had that King of Trios tourney. But anyways, I remember there was a match where this guy like threw a grenade in the ring, and it like a fake one, or not even a fake one, just an invisible one. And he counted down, and then everybody in the ring just like flew backwards like that. I remember when this stuff started happening, and the fact that it made its way into mainstream television is an absolute joke.
Let me piggyback off that. I was just going to say that. The fact that Joey Ryan somehow managed to get his penis flipping move on national television in a cancel culture society.
Oh,
I mean, credit to him. How did that even think about that? The guy was body slamming people with his dick in cancel culture society, and people were yelling and marking for it.
You know what? We have not done a My Impact episode lately. Let's get Joey Ryan on. Joey Ryan on. I bet that would be a great interview.
think we might have to pay a hefty price for that one.
I don't care. I want the wholesomeness. I like this
all
new
kidding
gimmick.
aside, I don't think personally. Do I think he? I don't know what he personally did, but I think maybe he was. He might just be a what do you call it? An admirer of the ladies. I don't know if he. I don't think the guy raped anybody, but
I just think he was creepy. Which there's a difference.
His move.
There's a difference.
His move alone shows he was pretty creepy, but.
Well, who hasn't said anything about him is Candice LeRae, who I believe dated him for a while. So if she's not coming out and saying anything, so.
Yeah, that was his girl. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for a while before Johnny Gargano.
They were the cutest tag team, weren't they?
Yeah, something like that. They would like wrestle hardcore matches, but. Anyway,
the weird thing is, like, Joey Ryan could have. I know we're spending too much time on this, but if he didn't come up with that stupid ass fucking dick flip, like, the guy had a good look.
He did. He
was like, he had a perfect sleazy look.
I didn't mind him in his first Impact run with Matt Morgan, Tease and Sleaze, or no?
Yeah.
What was it? Sleaze and something. I can't remember Morgan's name, but it was different. But
he should have been that sleazy guy. Like, he's could have been a dirtbag, but
he should have just kept it there. I think after that he just kind of took it too far. But whatever. I didn't mind the baby oil stuff. I mean, that's creepy. It's a psychological. I mean, one of my favorite wrestlers to watch was Exotic Adrian Street. Like, if you watch that guy got freaking heat, and he was flamboyant in like the Mid-South. There's this guy from England. He kind of did the, the gay undertones, and he got huge heat for that. And the guy had some fantastic promos, but it worked. It wasn't like it was not believable. He just played the mind games, and
the offer's on the table, Joey.
Yes. But anyways, so as far as it goes to CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, I think the rating will pop a little. But if you don't know how to book, it's not going to matter, because these guys, even JR said it. Tony Khan he's a rookie doing booking. Why with this roster, why would you ever put a rookie with this roster? You wouldn't, right? You would have, you'd be a rookie on like MLW or Ring of Honor or even Impact.
Sure.
That's when you want to bring a rookie in, not when you're on frickin' TNT. It's somehow the ratings did go. I think they went down this week, but still, I just think that's.
Yeah, I don't get who's watching this garbage. Just don't get it.
Put Bischoff or Russo, one of those two guys. Or even give somebody with a common sense like that who's been there, like Matt Conway or anybody who can, write a coherent storyline, because AEW doesn't know how to write a coherent storyline.
Oh, it's just
I'm gonna watch AEW tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it.
Put everyone into a stable. That way we'll find TV time for everybody, because they'll all be in fucking groups.
That's terrible. Yeah, what a cop out.
It's just awful. It's so
what
fucking
a freaking
bad.
Cop out. Anyways, let's go on to the next story here. A lot of social media interaction this weekend with Game Changer Wrestling's main event. Nick Gage defended his title against Matt Cardona in a death match. Matt Cardona ends up walking out. Now, here's the funny stuff. The fans got all pissed off. They started throwing trash into the ring. Now, I know you like that, because you do like when fans throw.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Not to this degree. No.
Okay. A lot of fans threw a ton of trash at Matt Cardona. The guy's shirt was all red. He wore a white shirt in there. It was bloody as all get out. This match was brutal from the looks of it. Dave Meltzer had a cow. He said it was awful, or he said the fan interaction was awful. Goldberg, what is your thoughts? Now, you're a guy who likes trash. You've stated this on past podcasts.
I like innocent trash. I'm not cool with beer cans and beer bottles being thrown into the ring. You could really knock a guy out with that.
Yeah.
I'm cool with toilet paper and paper being thrown into the ring, or maybe an empty beer bottle, but they were throwing full beers at this guy.
Oof.
And here, let me put it this way, Hurls. Name me one other guy on this roster. Time's up. You lost. Who the fuck cares about this? Number one, and number two, why is Matt Cardona even on? Like, who? What is this a televised show?
So, I've been seeing GCW for about the last year or two.
Yeah, but
they've been getting some
you
bigger
couldn't
names.
Name one other guy on the roster.
Well, I saw Low-Ki. I know Low-Ki was in. I know Low-Ki and Homicide wrestled there before. Now that I think about it, because I remember their logo, the GCW with the white.
Is this an independent wrestling company?
Yes.
So this is not
one of the bigger ones.
This is not a company that has consistent storylines going, do they?
I don't quote me on that. I don't know. This Nick Gage, Matt Cardona thing's been going on for a while. Because I remember when Cardona, he interfered and then everybody got pissed off. Apparently Nick Gage is the savior of GCW.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, because he's the garbagest wrestler of them all. I mean, he's the most garbage wrestler of them all. So, yeah, they like him. The 200 people that go to the show like him. But my thing, I don't care at all. I don't give a shit. But I'll give Matt Cardona credit for one thing. Well, actually, for two things. One, getting in that ring and doing what he did, and standing in the ring afterward while shit is being thrown at you takes a guy with balls to do that. And second, it does seem like they got a giant reaction on social media and probably introduced a lot of people to something that they didn't know anything about before this happened. So I'll give him credit for those two things. But overall, I think he's a dumbass, and I would never put my body through that.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
death matches. People. Yeah, that's... Well, hopefully he got a decent check from it. Well, we can hope. But
how much could he have done?
I don't know. I the only thing I can say is I've seen this indie get some bigger names in the past. Not big names, but, Homicide, Low-Ki, I've seen them on there. I think they've had some other ones, but this was, pretty brutal, though. I'll say that. And then did you see the pictures of him on after with the Band-Aids and the blood-soaked sheets? Yeah, that was...
Yeah, I don't understand why he didn't go to the hospital. But
yeah, no kidding.
Not understanding that one.
I would never do a death match if I was a wrestler. My body's not getting cut up that much. Like, I'll do a blade here and there, but give me a freaking break.
David Arquette did it.
Yes, he did. Yes. Didn't he face Nick Gage, too? Like,
yes.
My gosh.
So, Nick Gage, I think he beat David Arquette in that match, but barely beat David Arquette in that match. And then just lost to Matt Cardona, who's, I mean, yes, he's got a nice build, but he's been a known jobber for a while.
Yeah.
Thanks to WWE, but
right.
And now he's supposed to come in and fight Chris Jericho next week. Who the fuck cares? Hurls, let's say there were 5,000 people at that show at AEW.
Yeah.
They have been selling out. I'll give them credit. They fucking sell out. But how many of those 5,000 people knew who Nick Gage was when he came out?
Not many, I would think.
How many people watching at home if they did a 1.2? What'd you say they do?
I think it was a 1. They barely passed 1 million.
So they got 1 million people watching. How many of those people? They have these people come out, and they do this all the time. They have people come out, and then Excalibur, the most annoying announcer on the planet, has to explain who they are when they come out. Like, we don't know who these people are, and you explaining it to us doesn't make us care about them.
Right. That's an awful way. Awful way to debut someone.
And I guess I'll save some of this because I know the guys are going to want to talk about this. But Lance Archer beating Jon Moxley for their Japanese title, whatever whatever you call it. Like, I'm happy Archer won that match, but then you have Ming's son come out. Did you see that?
I did not. No.
So you have his son come out, and he's the next in line to fight Archer next week. We've never seen this guy on TV ever. Nobody knew who he was.
Oh my gosh!
He's Haku's son. That's all.
Oh my gosh!
That's what Excalibur told us. So we're supposed to care about this. He's
going
to come lose to Archer next week, and he'll never be seen again.
Does AEW not know what a vignette is or a promo? You can hype somebody up for 5 weeks. That's how you bring someone in.
Hurls, go watch this on YouTube. It's on YouTube where he approaches Archer after the match. And he's a big guy, I will say. He's a big kid. Haku's son is a big guy, but comes in the ring and the crowd had no idea what was going on. Not a clue. It looked like a fan got in the ring.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this is what I'm talking about with the rookie booking. It's just awful. WCW, they had 120 wrestlers on the roster. They did not pull crap like that.
Terrible.
Like, if they were going to have random matches, they did, but you at least knew who the guys were. It was Chris Benoit versus Fit Finlay or Perry Saturn versus Kidman or something.
All guys who were over and were booked properly. And all those guys that if they jump ship from WCW to WWE were immediately stars in the other company because they were already established guys who were booked properly and went over.
And
None
if
of
they
these
did,
clowns go to WWE right now. Nobody gives a fuck about them. They're on NXT right away. Nobody cares.
And if they did something like that, they would have done it on WCW Saturday Night when it was, the third show. So AEW, they need to take a lesson on how to book properly because what they're doing is just absolutely awful. And okay, I'm sorry, that guy Nick Corrado, is that his name? Corrado? That guy's a freaking monster.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing something with him? The guy's looks like Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
I would make him a freaking beast.
Yeah. No, they don't know what they're focused on the same stupid core of Omega and his clowns and the Young Bucks. It's just the same crap. Talk about Jeff Jarrett booking himself over in Impact. These
guys are they're patting themselves on the back every week. Yeah.
I don't know. Even Hangman Page getting a title shot now, like he's still one of their boys. Like, and I like it. I know you don't like him. I kind of do. I think he has decent charisma, but I don't. It's still one of their guys. Like put new. Let's get Impact. TNA took heat for years for not putting over young talent and having guys like Kevin Nash come in and Sting and Angle, and they would always beat the younger guys. But somehow they came out with AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Bobby Roode. All these guys were put over. Samoa Joe.
Yep.
They all got put over.
Consistent storylines and characters, and you know what I mean. You actually cared about what they did too.
Who is AEW put over? Jungle Boy and Darby Allin?
Awful.
Don't give a shit.
Awful. Nobody's hyping up Jungle Boy and Darby Allin. I'm sorry. Those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys. I mean, 5'5". Like really?
Oh God. All right. Let's move on.
Right. Next news topic. This one's a little rough. But we promised we would talk about it this week, so I got to bring it up. Michael Elgin. This guy's not going through the best of times right now. His ex-fiance has come out and basically said that she spilled the beans on a lot of the stuff he was doing, and some of the stuff that the accusations that are coming out are.
Well, let's hear them.
Well, for one, he's blackmailing her for sex, I guess.
All right, I've been there. No.
He's using an app to change his phone number after most of the people have blocked his number that he's trying to get in contact with.
It seems desperation. Yeah.
So it's a little crazy.
I think your dog doesn't like Elgin.
Yeah, my dog's going nuts right now. I don't.
Not
it's kind of weird because I am home alone right now, so it is kind of. My dog's paranoid because she thinks someone's going to come home, but no one's coming home. So anyways, but yeah, the accusations are just very, basically the other thing he did was he threatened to kill himself if she didn't give him sexual favors is what I've been told, she said. This stuff is, I hate, I don't usually take the side all the time. But this stuff is hard to make up. You can kind of see where, this is kind of going.
The guy, you can definitely see where it's going. And the guy had a great life and he was doing good. He was on Impact, whatever. And now it all fell apart. obviously his girl left him, and everything you're saying is clearly he's doing it all out of desperation. He's clinging on to what he had. He doesn't want to lose it. And yeah, that's very, I actually feel sorry for the guy. That's very sad.
Yeah. Yeah. He needs help like ASAP. I mean, I don't, it's going to take years to repair his image.
He might be on drugs.
Yeah. I think he was doing painkillers and drinking a lot too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I liked him too when he was at Impact. He really went to bat for them.
He did. He was a team player, but obviously there had to have been more to the story that we didn't know. And this is kind of bringing it out. And I think if you're Impact shoes, I mean, you kind of had to. I don't know. This is it sucks, but I don't know. He's just gonna have to go back and repair himself.
I hope he gets the help he needs.
Yeah, he's a hell of a talent.
He seems like, I mean, that's just.
He would have been.
Seems like he's in a really bad place mentally.
Mm-hmm.
And
so, I just wanted to bring that up because we did mention last week that we were going to cover it. And
yeah.
So I just wanted to get that out of the way. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. So anyways, I just remembered some juicy news we got here. All right. We got to talk about this too. Killer Cross. Okay. Killer Cross. Because I need to bring this up because I just could not believe the booking decision that was made on WWE, but I guess it kind of makes sense the more I think about it. So Killer Cross, undefeated, right? In NXT, I believe. He never lost one match.
Yeah.
I believe he was NXT champion or still is. I don't know. That I don't know because I don't follow it close enough. So the guy gets called up to Raw. He loses to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds is what I've been told. So I don't even, this is just laughable to me because, okay, you weren't here when the whole Killer Cross Scarlett Bordeaux stuff in Impact was going down with the, them leaving. He signed a contract, didn't want to honor it. He thought he was worth more than he was. Mm-hmm. Didn't honor the contract, basically, is what it came down to. So he demanded to leave, and he was just kind of a cancer, okay? So now there's more to the story. Apparently, Scarlett Bordeaux has she's got a history with some other wrestlers on the roster, including Seth Rollins. And apparently Adam Cole has been talking a lot of smack about Killer Cross and saying that he's been given multiple chances. The guy, Killer Cross, like if you look at him, he is a beast. He really is. The guy looks like a terror and probably should be booked like that because he's kind of got that Sid Vicious vibe to him where he's just, you don't know, he's just like a ticking time bomb kind of, but man, these guys behind the scene, him and Scarlett, they don't do themselves any favors, and losing to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds, that's a terrible call. Some people think it's Vince McMahon getting revenge on NXT for losing to AEW. It could be. I'm not putting that past Vince to do something like that. So, Goldberg, I want your thoughts on this.
I mean, it's ridiculous that he lost in 90 seconds.
After being undefeated for like
immediately
a year.
Killed, you killed him. You killed his character.
Right.
Right away. It took a year to build him up and 90 seconds to put him down. But you know what? They did the same thing in a different way with Eli Drake when he went there. And they had all ththese vignettes for him, and they debut him properly, and he lost his first match. Like, what? Why are you doing this? The booking just makes zero sense unless you're right, unless they, I don't know, purposely.
He's got a lot of heat, but why bring him up from NXT?
Putting him in his place, maybe putting him in his place, putting him on national TV and showing you're not as good as you think you are. And what are you going to do if where are you going to go? Like you got we'll put you in your place. You're going to lose a match in 90 seconds, and you're going to learn your role in this company.
Right.
You're not as big as you think you are just because you're having sex with the hottest girl in the roster.
Right. I don't even know where to begin with this because I think WWE is stupid for doing that because we don't know obviously what goes on backstage. We don't know how these wrestlers act, but it's just still if you're going to teach him a lesson, then make him lose in NXT. Don't bring him up undefeated and then automatically lose to Jeff Hardy because you just killed him for any future that he possibly has. So not good. I don't think unless he gets in the good graces of management, I don't see a very bright future for Killer Cross anymore. So I don't know. And who knows about Scarlett Bordeaux because clearly she's not with him anymore, or at least not how they portrayed him. So I don't know. That's very questionable. There's a lot of questionable booking decisions in wrestling these days, but that was a big one. So I had to bring that one up. So anyways, all right. Slammiversary was last week Saturday. I did not get to watch it live. I didn't get to watch it until this past Friday because I was preoccupied with all the Milwaukee Bucks stuff that was going on and shit, craziness. So I finally got to watch it. So we're going to review it. Goldberg, did you get to watch the pay-per-view or did you just watch the highlights?
I did. I watched. I didn't pay for it, but I did watch the pay-per-view.
Okay. So you did see it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I really wanted to know. Okay. So let's start off. X Division.
I
Ultimate
did miss
X
a couple. There were a couple matches I missed. But yeah, this wasn't one of them. I watched the X Division match.
Okay. So you did see Ultimate X. Okay.
Yes.
I'll start it off because I want to kind of set the tone here because I don't know where you're going to go with a lot of this. So I'll start off. I thought. Okay. This should be fun then. I thought Ultimate X was awesome. I thought this match was great. Everybody had a solid performance. The Ultimate Canadian Destroyer was freaking sick. Rohit Raju just showed how much charisma the guy has. The Mocha Skin Manimal. Chris Bay did some awesome stuff. Josh Alexander fit in well because the stuff he was able to do was the ankle lock off the ropes, the Ultimate X ropes. That was amazing. I think the right guy won too. I think Josh Alexander getting the win because I think he's going to be built up to some bigger things, and I think that's the guy, or at least one of the guys they definitely need to build up. I don't know. I thought this match was really, really well done. So what was your thoughts?
This was probably my favorite match of the night. I enjoyed the entire match, and I thought that Canadian Destroyer, the Ultimate Canadian Destroyer, that was the best move I've seen on TV in years of any company. Oh, the best spot, I should say, that I've seen out of any company in years. I mean, that was awesome. That's one of those spots that's so cool. I literally had to rewind and watch it again. It was really impressive. Yeah, I think the right guy won, and I thought at the end there, who was that diving for? Was it Rohit? Who was diving?
Yeah,
somebody jumped off the catapulted off the ropes and tried to jump and steal it. Was it Rohit?
Yeah, I think that might have been Rohit. Yeah. When Alexander was up there. Yeah. I think it was him.
At the end there. I thought I that was a good false finish because I thought he was going to swipe it and win, and I wouldn't have minded it. But I'm fine with Josh Alexander winning. And overall, this was a really good match. For me, it's an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was a really good match.
I honestly think there's been some really solid Ultimate X matches. This is automatically already going to be in my top 3 now that I'm thinking about it because it's just some great stuff, innovative, and it wasn't stupid. The Rohit stuff, that would have been stuff you would have saw in the 90s. It's with the bull rope and the he got the hook that you see at a Kohl's department store when you're trying to get clothing on the top shelf. That was hilarious. I just, gosh, that guy's
He's
He
good.
should be pushed too. Yep, I agree.
Good.
So, but yeah, solid start to the pay-per-view. So
Agreed.
now let's go to the second match. Now this might be where we differ. Mixed tag.
Uh-oh.
We had Brian Myers, Tennille Dashwood versus Matt Cardona and a mystery opponent. We didn't know who it was going to be, but I guess the obvious did happen. Well, you've quoted. I have you on quote saying because it's so obvious, it's not going to be obvious. So
yeah, I did say that.
Yep. So Chelsea Green is Matt Cardona's mystery partner.
Mm-hmm.
Not too big of a surprise. She comes out as Chelsea Green, not Laurel Van Ness. Comes out like half normal, half, the hot mess character.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start it off again because I want you to have the last word here. I actually enjoyed this match. I thought I didn't see any problem with this match. I thought it was pretty well done, and yeah, it wasn't a technical masterpiece or wasn't a 5-star classic, but I think there was nothing offensive about it. I thought everybody looked pretty good. Chelsea Green looked good on her debut or her comeback. So I don't know. I did not have a problem with this. Cardona and Chelsea Green get the win. What was your thoughts?
I guess indifferent. They didn't do anything for me. It did not do anything for me. I don't like the booking of Brian Myers. I can't get out of my head that he fought Hornswoggle. And
we're still on that. Okay.
I just can't. I just can't. I just can't forget that he fought Hornswoggle. And ever since then, I've vowed I will not watch a Brian Myers match. And I broke the vow by watching this one, and it didn't really do anything for me. So I hate his booking because I think Brian Myers could be so much better, and I don't care about Cardona. He doesn't do anything for me either. So neither one of these guys came out like looking any better in this match.
You know what though? What I did appreciate, the one spot they recalled to when they were, remember when they were part of the Edge's stable and they were the Edge heads, and they both Brian Myers goes for the spear, and then Cardona kind of like does a counter and spears him himself. I thought that spot was actually pretty cool, and the way they did the camera work there, I thought they nailed it. Like sometimes camera work.
Yeah, I don't have anything against the match, but I don't think either one of these guys come out of this like looking better than they did when they went into it.
But this feud, you got to give Impact some credit here. This thing's been going on for 6 months. I think this has actually been a properly built feud. The only problem is
but that's where you're. I'm not saying it wasn't booked properly because it probably it was. It was properly built and they had a proper send off at this pay-per-view. But I didn't have any interest in this feud.
Yeah.
So
okay.
That's my problem with it.
Saying.
It didn't interest me, and at the end of it, I'm still not interested in either one of them.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
My problem with it.
That's fair.
I have no problem with the booking.
That's fair. So RVE did not like this match. Whatever. I don't know what his thoughts are, so I'm not even gonna, say he can give his thoughts.
Yeah, but he likes Omega. So.
Yeah, that's true. All right, third match of the night. Another match RVE did not like. I don't know why, because I really dug this match. W. Morrissey versus Eddie Edwards. Once again, this match made total sense. W. Morrissey still looks like a badass. Eddie Edwards is still looking like the diehard Eddie Edwards. These guys were going back and forth. Ultimately, W. Morrissey cheats, but he uses a chain. I'm fine with. The guy's a heel. I had no problem with this. Made W. Morrissey look like a star, or at least in Impact terms. What was your thoughts on this?
Don't watch Impact next week. That's my thoughts on this.
Well, I'm going to watch it now. I'm going to watch it.
I can't help myself, and I did a little reading, so I won't spoil anything.
Okay, without knowing Impact, though, your thoughts on this match?
Yeah, I mean, I would have rather Morrissey not cheat, but I get it. He's the heel, so I mean, it makes sense that he's cheating. But listen, the thing with Eddie is like I liked him better when he was that maniac guy, and I
Yeah.
think he lost that edge, kind of around last Slammiversary when he lost the title. That was last Slammiversary, right? Eric Young won that match.
Yeah, they put him in a terrible storyline where he had to defend the title every week.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So to me, that was ever since then he hasn't really gained back that maniacal Eddie Edwards persona, and that was my favorite persona of his. So again, is this a match that was booked well? Not really, because it was kind of put together on the fly in the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But was it a good match overall? Yeah, I didn't really have a problem with the match itself, but to me, it just wasn't interesting. I wasn't interested. Like, it doesn't catapult W. Morrissey anymore for me beating Eddie Edwards. But I'm fine with it because Eddie has been a top guy in this company for years. So I guess overall it probably should catapult him, and maybe it does to you, does it catapult him? Does it make him look better?
It did. Yeah, I thought it did.
Okay,
because
good.
He beat...
Then don't watch next week.
Oh boy, so he's going to lose to Caleb Conley or something?
No, he's going to lose to Eddie.
Well, so he's not undefeated anymore. Okay. Well, I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like it. If he should have lost to Eddie, it should have been at a rematch at a pay-per-view or something. But
I don't like him losing at all. But listen.
Yeah, they should have probably kept it going with him.
If we're just talking Slammiversary.
Just talking Slammiversary.
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay with him, going over Eddie there. And I guess to the average Impact fan, yeah, that probably should catapult him because Eddie's been a top guy in this company for a while.
Right.
But I don't know why it just didn't interest me that much. I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I
like what I've together seen on the fly though.
Yeah, it was. Especially for a Slammiversary, these feuds should be going on for quite a while. Especially when you got all these Impact Plus stuff you can be building towards. So, all right. Next match. Don't quote me on the order here, but we'll just go to the. I guess this was after. I think it was the unannounced. It was Shira and Madman Fulton coming out, and Scott D'Amore, says, "Hey, you wanna fight somebody tonight?" And then we see the returning Finn Juice come back, basically squashed Madman Fulton and Shira in about 2 minutes. This is where I had a problem with it. First off, I didn't like Madman Fulton's attire. He looked like a freaking circus guy. Yeah, this is where I had a problem. I do not know why they're treating Madman Fulton like some type of jobber. He shouldn't be. So I was a little pissed about that. Here's the thing about Finn Juice. I don't necessarily have a problem with them, but I don't really like them either. They're just kind of there. And who did this benefit? Didn't benefit anyone. I mean, yeah, sure, it makes Finn Juice look really good, but come on, Madman Fulton.
They're not even in this company. Who cares?
Right, correct. Why are we putting these guys over like they're?
Why? I'm confused. I mean? Maybe I missed something. Why are Madman Fulton and Shira together?
I'm trying to remember. I think it was with the X. It was the X Division title match. I think they got thrown out. They got thrown out at the beginning because they came out with, one came out with Rohit, the other came out with
two goops that they consider goops.
Yep.
So that they could get squashed by these two guys coming back, and Madman Fulton and Shira. I'm sure Shira is a big guy too. These two guys to look like clowns. They've ruined both of them. They can both.
Well, Shira looked like a clown when he was doing the Shira shuffle with Dixie Carter. Let's face it there.
But he is a big guy.
He is.
Madman. We've been saying for almost a year that this guy had massive potential.
Yeah.
And they've completely taken him and buried him. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done. There's no coming back from that. He's done.
Mark it down, folks. In a year from now, we're going to be hearing Goldberg say, "Nope, the guy got squashed at Slammiversary to Finn Juice." It's over for him.
It's not even the fact that he lost a match. It's the situation, teaming him up with a jobber and putting him against a returning team to get smashed in a minute. It's just
Yeah.
it's not a it's put the guy in a proper feud instead of making him Ace Austin's fucking lackey for a year. Like idiots, man. All they care about is Omega and his thong.
Yeah, I'm getting sick and tired of that, but oh gosh. All right, oh man. Okay, so let's go to the next match here. Tag team titles 4-way match. By the way, you saw this match, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you had Good Brothers, you had Rhino and Doring, Violent by Design, you had Follow Ba, TJP, and then you had who's the fourth team? Why can I not remember the fourth team?
Because nobody really cared.
Damn, who? Why? Oh, Swan and Mac. Yeah, Swan and Mac. There we go.
Oh, another one just thrown together real quick.
I'm okay with that. But yeah, I'm okay with they at least have some history. I think they might have won that. They might have beat the North if Swan never went down. But okay, this match was.
Wait, TJP did not fight in this match.
No, you're right. No way, Jose. Gosh, that's right. How could I forget? Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. No way, Jose came out.
Nah, actually, it was just No Way.
Oh yes, No Way. No Way. His name was yes. You know what though? You know what I'll give Impact props for? How long were they like using that as a running joke? Remember on Wrestle House? I know you hated Wrestle.
No, I remember. Yeah.
Did you like Wrestle House? I can't remember.
I liked the end. I liked the set.
Okay.
But
okay.
I didn't like the whole thing.
Okay. Well, you remember how many times they were joking about No Way Jose on there? I actually thought that was kind of funny. That's comedy done well, in my opinion. So, I didn't really. I don't know. I didn't have too big of an issue with it. So, but we got the Good Brothers getting the titles back. I think a lot of people called this, and I called it. I figured the Good Brothers were going to win the titles back. I don't know. I really like Rhino. And by the way, Joe Doring, man, his outfit. And Goldberg is he's back now. Goldberg, you back now?
I'm here.
Okay. Did you see Joe Doring's attire?
Yeah, yes, I did.
How does RVE not like this guy? This guy is $1 million freaking bucks.
RVE doesn't just not like him; he fucking hates him.
He hates him. A guy who actually looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. Let's review the match because I'm pissed that they lost.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No. Like I said, Good Brothers. I predicted them to win. I figured they were going to win. But I think it would have been much better had the Violent by Design kept the belts here. I mean, Swan and Mac were good compliments to these two teams because they were like the faces. Follow Ba, no way. They had no shot. This was just a thrown together, laugh at them for their silliness, and that was about it. But I knew it. I knew the Good Brothers were going to get the titles back. It was just so obvious.
Yeah, you were right.
So obvious, but man, I'm not happy about it.
Do you like the outcome?
No, I wanted Violent by Design to keep it a little more, but
they didn't have the titles long enough at all.
No, they didn't. They should have kept it on them. And like I said, like Eric, like that faction is one of my favorite factions in wrestling. It's probably the only faction I really like. I haven't seen a lot of the Hurt Business because I don't watch a lot of WWE, but Violent by Design has been a very well booked stable. And Joe Doring coming out with that fox head, that was amazing. I mean, the guy does the best facial expressions in the wrestling business. There's nobody like that. Shit's missing in wrestling, and you got a guy who's kind of bringing that back. I
agree, and I could see him in the main event picture.
I love it.
Like maybe losing in a heavyweight title match, but at least like he's a character. Like, you're right. There's no characters anymore. And this guy's a character.
Yes. He's got that natural ability. Like, You would see like a Scott Steiner, just anybody from that era. You would see it, and this guy has it. And another fun fact, I did not know this, but Joe Doring actually wrestled on Explosion back in like 2005. And you know who his partner was? Rhino.
Oh,
Rhino. His actual partner back in 2005 was Rhino on this match. So it's kind of interesting that they're tag team now. So
yeah, I think the wrong team won here. No, I don't like the outcome. I didn't dislike the match, but I mean, No Way Jose should have won. There's no question.
Got a good pop. I'll give him that.
Nah, but all kidding aside, Violent by Design should have retained the titles, and I didn't like the outcome, and I hate the Goof Brothers, and I cannot stand them anymore, and I liked them when they came in. We had shows. I like them. I hate them, and I don't want to see them on my TV anymore, and they're fucking goofs. And they came in to Impact was so that they can do their stupid movie reviews and goof around and have their stupid shows where they're dangling their dicks around. That's the only reason, because Impact gave them a platform to do it. That's the only reason they signed.
You're not watching the Pulp Fiction? Okay.
Yeah.
I showed you WCW used to do that too, though. That's where they got the idea, I'm sure.
But they do that their own stupid show. It's all comedy. I'm sick of the comedy.
Yeah. I totally get that. I mean, plus they're aligned with your favorite wrestler, so that can't help either. So, all right,
yeah, my favorite wrestler.
All right, we got to talk about the next match here, which I thought was a very good match, but I don't understand the booking on this one. It's Moose versus Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin gets the win here. I'm going to start with you. You got the floor.
Actually, you start this one off.
All right. I'm a huge fan of Chris Sabin. Big fan. Always have been. Only time I've ever disliked him was when he was like doing that stuff with Velvet Sky. I didn't really care for that. I don't know if I liked him beating Bully Ray either. That was really kind of a strange decision at the time. I'm glad he's a former world champion. That's cool that he got to be one. But this was a really good, solid match, pay-per-view quality, but I don't understand what the point of having Chris Sabin go over Moose in this. Moose just resigned. Just signed a 2-year deal with Impact, and the first big match he gets, he loses. I don't know. Okay, granted, it was another roll-up, so it was like a surprise. Moose really likes losing by roll-ups. I just don't think they had the right. Like I said, there's one guy to beat Kenny Omega. That is Moose. And the more they continue to not do it, the worse Moose is becoming. Your turn. Your thoughts.
Hang on. My bad. I need 30 seconds.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Anyways, Moose, though, like this guy, I don't know what they're doing. It's almost like Samoa Joe when he was battling Kurt Angle and he could never, he just couldn't get the world title. I don't. There's one match that makes sense for Bound for Glory, and it's Moose versus Kenny Omega. Moose, in my opinion, would be the guy to take the title from him. That's where I would go with it. I'm also okay with Josh Alexander doing it if they do it correctly. But man, Moose has got to be a champ. He's just got to be. Like, if there's anybody who's been waiting in line, it's got to be Moose. So I don't know. This was pretty disappointing. However, this match was another really fun match, really solid. I like Chris Sabin. Don't get me wrong. He's not a guy that I dislike at all. But man, they are just not doing Moose justice right now.
I mean, I pretty much agree with everything you just said because there's absolutely. The match was fine. I mean, it was clearly a good match, but to sit there and not only have we been upset that Moose has been losing these championship matches, it just hasn't gotten over the hump. Now you put him on is this their biggest pay-per-view of the year or is Bound for Glory?
I mean, they still say Bound for Glory, but I still think Slammiversary has always been better.
Even if we call it their second biggest pay-per-view of the year, you put this match on, and now you have him lose to a Chris Sabin who I love Chris Sabin, but like he's not winning. Chris Sabin is not winning any heavyweight titles anymore.
Right.
So to have him come and lose to Chris Sabin, it's stupid. I mean, and I'm already done with Moose because they've ruined him for me. And I want to be I don't know if you were, because you didn't watch Slammiversary the night it happened. I don't know if you saw my reaction in our little group text to this, but I almost swore off Impact. I almost, it was almost a tipping point. And when he lost to Omega, I felt this way. And losing to Chris Sabin, I'm really like, I'm so close to never watching Impact again.
Oh.
It's just, and I'll touch on this in the main event, but to me, I'll save my thoughts for the main event. But why it not only Moose them fouling up and fumbling Moose's career, but there's more reasons, and we'll get to it in the main event.
Well, apparently Moose doesn't mind it because he just resigned, so that's weird to me. But he must. Yeah,
I still say I agree with you. At the end, there's got to be some long-term booking here. There has to be.
Well,
there's got to be
something. Right,
this guy's too good to re-sign and then not end up champion in the end.
They keep toying the idea that he's going to be, but
they're going the exact opposite direction.
Right. They just. I don't know. I honestly don't know. They keep swerving us, so I don't know. Man. All right. Women's title match here now. We got Deonna Purrazzo defending the Knockouts Championship against the mystery opponent. It ended up being Thunder Rosa. When people hype somebody up to me, my expectations are going to go through the roof. Okay. I've never seen a Thunder Rosa match before. I don't know what she does.
That makes two of us.
Yeah. I'm not going to just goo goo gaga over her because, of what she's doing. Was she a fine worker? Yeah. But I'm not like jumping up for joy because Thunder Rosa came out there, and I'm glad Deonna Purrazzo won the match. I think that was the smart move. Keep building Deonna, but Thunder Rosa, did you care?
No. This is another one of those situations where they bring in somebody from another company, which they're going to do again at the end of the show. Where they bring in somebody and we're all supposed to care. How many people know who she is if you're not watching NWA? Like how many people really even know who she is? I don't care. This doesn't interest me. Deonna better have won that match.
Yeah.
And I'm glad she did, but no, I don't care. She doesn't interest me at all. She's only a big name for marks who watch every single wrestling company.
Yeah. Yeah. I just okay, she's got an interesting look to her, but does she have any charisma? I don't know. I didn't see it.
The woman who came out after the match should have been the one in the match.
Yes, I totally agree, and we should talk about that. Mickie James made her return, and there was some confrontation between the two. Mickie James extends an invite to Empower, and Deonna Purrazzo basically slaps her in the face. Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo. Now that is a match I can get behind.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I think that could be a Bound for Glory match. That could be really well done. Gosh, it was good to see Mickie James back. I just wish she wasn't.
Very good to see her back.
Yeah. So, got no problem with that. I was, happy to see her. Hell, I think Gail Kim should come out of retirement too, but that's another story. Why not? All right, so then that brought us to the main event. Thong wearing, sex doll wrestling, little girl wrestling, heavyweight champion Kenny, by God, Omega, defended his title in a no DQ match against Sami Callihan. Now, this match, I will say, was a hell of a lot better than the one with Rich Swann. I thought Rich Swann was gassed in that match. But this match, Sami Callihan, and he put up a hell of a fight. But once again, Kenny Omega retains. Out comes Switchblade Jay. Or, who? What's his name? Switchblade who?
You think I know his name? I have no.
I literally
idea.
don't know his name. Yeah, I don't
Not
want
only
NJP.
he has a vanilla name too. Jay White. Could it be
Jay
any
White.
more like?
Thank you.
Could it be any more like boring?
So, let me get this straight now. We have a guy from New Japan Wrestling going against Kenny Omega, who's an AEW wrestler, for Impact's world title. Is that what I'm getting here?
Seems that adds up.
Okay, that's all right. First off, what did you think of the main event? Like, did you even like the match? Like, what you were seeing?
So, I had to enact my one rule for this one. I don't watch Kenny Omega matches.
Okay.
And I didn't watch the main event.
Oh, okay.
And I saw the highlights of it on Twitter. I went back. I follow Impact, so I did see the highlights. I saw the end. I can't stand Kenny Omega's face. I can't stand his whole act. I can't stand his phoniness. He's not believable. I hate him. It's made me hate Don Callis. It's made me hate the Good Brothers. It's made me hate the Young Bucks on AEW. I cannot stand anything that this dude is associated with. I'm surprised he won the match because I really thought this was the end of the greatest partnership of all time. And I really thought Sammy was going to take the title here. I hate Kenny Omega, and I don't know how else to put it. I hate him.
Yeah.
And not in a heel way. I don't dislike him as a heel. I dislike him overall. Yeah. He doesn't deserve the position he's in. He's got nothing going for him other than the fact that he was in a thong once, and John had to turn his phone away from his kids. Sorry.
What I'll say about the guy, he's athletic. He can go, but the guy made such a mockery of pro wrestling that it's just, I don't blame you. Yeah, numerous times. Yeah, he did.
Not just once.
Sami Callihan, man, like, I was cheering for this guy, like, no tomorrow, actually. I was just bring the freaking title back to Impact. I'm ready to cut ties with AEW. I really am. And this might surprise you, but I think the New Japan partnership has been 100 times better. And even though we don't know who these guys are, they're at least reciprocating. Impact sent Josh Alexander over there. He's winning matches in NJPW. We're getting half the roster.
I don't care what's going on over there because I'm not watching it.
Well, yes, exactly. But I'm just saying in terms of like sharing talent, like NJPW is actually sharing talent with Impact, whereas AEW is not doing a damn thing besides putting Kenny Omega on there. And that's it. And for some people, they're going to say that's enough. Maybe with the buy rates, I don't really know, but I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it. And honestly, I wouldn't trust Tony Khan with an ounce of anything.
It would make more sense to me. It sounds stupid. If there was Matt Hardy in Kenny Omega's position right now, like just because he has that background with Impact and that past with Impact, even that would make more sense. And he plays a good heel. Like even if it was him, it's just the person that they've chosen that I just can't stand. And I don't know, there's nothing else I could say about him. He's an idiot. He's a clown. He's a mockery to the wrestling business. There's nothing good about this guy. Nothing. And I'm sick of him. And it's just none of it's believable to me. None of it is believable. He's not a bad guy. He's a fucking douchebag trying to play a bad guy. And it's not believable and it's not working for me. And it's made me never want to watch Impact again. The whole thing they're doing, bringing in these guys like Jay White, who we didn't even remember his name, bringing him in, bringing back the guys that squashed Shira and Madman. It's just none of it's doing anything for me. I don't know any of these guys, and I'm just not. This is not Impact anymore. It's a combination of multiple companies. This is not where's the Impact homegrown talent?
Josh Alexander.
I knew you were going to say that's the only one.
Yep.
The only one. Everyone else has been buried, and unless this led to a revolt and the entire Impact roster teamed up and try to take their company back, that would be the only interesting thing that could happen. But it won't happen because they're stupid, and all they care about is Kenny Thong Omega.
Wait. So you're not going to watch Impact again. Are you going to watch AEW again?
I don't watch AEW. I see the highlights on Twitter. Okay. I don't watch the show. I don't take my time on a Wednesday night and watch the show.
You just get front row seats.
To be fair, I did say that I think that going one night that they put on a good show.
Right.
I did say that. So, and I didn't purchase those seats, but
yes,
we'll leave that story for a private conversation. But
okay.
I did not purchase those seats, and I did say that I bet you they'll put on a good show for one night, and they fucking did. I will give them credit. But that is not a company that I can watch with long-term booking. So, fuck them. And Impact as we knew it, Hurls. We are next week on this show. We need to hold a funeral for them because Impact as we knew it is dead and gone.
I am not going to be attending that funeral. No way. I will let you have your say. I
am going to be reading the eulogy for Impact next week.
It's
over.
Bad as you think Impact is, it is nowhere near the level of incompetency that is AEW.
But how not? They're bringing in guys and featuring them in storylines that we don't even know who they are. At least AEW's got their own group of guys.
Yeah, but they have 150 wrestlers that I don't. Like you said, has Impact brought in a guy like Ming's son? I mean, at least with Impact, at least they're going to at least put these guys on. Yeah, and they make stupid decisions with who wins. But I can't, like, AEW has these jobbers that come out every week. I have no idea who's even coming on. Like, there's so many new people. Like, remember Anthony Ogogo? What happened to that guy? You know,
he had one match and he's gone.
Yes. They bring out all these guys that have no characters, nothing, and we're supposed to care.
They throw them in one match. They throw them in one match against Cody Rhodes, and we're supposed to care. Now the guy's over because he fought Cody Rhodes. No, he's not over. He's a jobber. You ruined it.
And I get it. And I totally get it with, New Japan. I know how you don't, these guys come over from New Japan and we're supposed to care, and we really don't because we've never heard of these guys before.
Turn the lights out in the main event and
put out
this clown that I never heard of. I would have marked out if Abyss was standing in the ring.
That would have been awesome.
I don't care about Jay Black or Jay White, whatever the fuck his name is. He's not. He. I don't know who he is. So how am I supposed to care? I don't care.
Gosh.
You got to feature your own guys.
Yes.
You can bring in other guys because that's cool. You can bring in other guys,
right?
Because Impact TNA's always done that, but you can't feature them in a main event and expect me to give a shit about them. Like, I have them come in, team up, and try to take over the company or something.
And here I'm going to go back to this again. This is where wrestling bookers have started catering to the wrestling marks, and they're not catering to the casual viewers anymore.
Agreed.
And I know there's a guy, CS. He was on the show a few times. He's going to agree with us too. Like, bring out Kurt Angle and do that. Bring out a big name that everybody knows. It's just like, why did we give up on the casual viewer? Because they just, because they think they don't know how to.
That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so. Right there, what you just said. They gave up on the casual viewer. They're not interested in gaining new fans. They're not interested in people randomly turning to the channel and keeping it on. They've now given in, like you said, to the marks. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
And I'm done with it. It's not interesting. And we're Or argue, what's worse, AEW or Impact? Right now, to me, I know you still got love for Impact. To me, they both suck, and it's not.
Oh, that's fine.
It's not a competition because they both stink to me right now.
Right. No,
Believe me, I'm not going to bat for.
I'm not saying Impact is perfect by any means, and I've already pointed out a ton of their flaws. All I'm saying is I can at least enjoy certain things on Impact. Where right now AEW has some of my favorite wrestlers of all time, and I can't cheer for them because of how poorly they've ruined their legacies on AEW. So that's my issue with AEW more so than anything.
I agree with that 100%.
I mean,
that's cut and dry. There's no question about that. Any company that can ruin Sting, you got something wrong with you.
Yeah. Well, that's WWE too, but.
Now it's bad.
No, I mean,
now it's bad.
He didn't. No. Orange Cassidy, that takes it to a whole new level. That's beyond brutal.
They put Sting in a match with Triple H in an important match. Yeah, he should have won, but it was a cool match with the NWO and DX appearing.
Yes,
the wrong outcome, and then
didn't make sense though.
Title shot against Seth Rollins. Yeah, his neck got fucked up in the match, but he was put in a heavyweight title shot match. They didn't wrong him that badly. He just should have won those matches.
Yeah, but then they made him. But then they wouldn't let him wrestle again, and that's what I was alluding to.
Yeah,
that's what I was alluding to. But
he's still in good enough shape. I feel like he should not just be Darby's grandpa.
No, that was a horrible decision. It's horrible all the way around.
Yeah.
AEW has not done anything noteworthy with Christian. They haven't done anything noteworthy with not Jericho, Hardy. They haven't done anything noteworthy with the Giant, Paul White.
Yep.
Like, these guys are huge names. Mark Henry, haven't done anything with him.
Nothing.
This is ridiculous. Like, I understand these guys are old. I get it. But
it's awful.
I'm just saying,
awful.
Whereas in Impact, I may only like 50%, maybe not even 50%. Some episodes I don't like anything, but at least I can know I'm going to see Joe Doring out there look like a badass with his facial expressions. I'm going to see Rhino, still at least look credible. They're not going to embarrass him, So yeah, Brian Cage got embarrassed by Tessa, whatever. I'm not. Brian Cage, I've never been like the biggest fan of. He's still a beast, but
Kenny Omega was in a match against a 14-year-old girl and a 7-year-old boy.
Oh, jeez.
That is on YouTube.
Oh no.
He fought 2 kids, and it was a battle. He's the best. He's the best in the world.
That's awful.
He's so good.
Well, let's talk about.
He's got the charisma of a fucking pillow.
Before we go, let's talk about Bound for Glory here. We did see a promo. It did allude to some type of mega show between New Japan, AEW, and AAA and Impact. Do you have any excitement for this show?
No.
So basically, when they put the AEW logo on, it's just going to be Kenny Omega.
It's going to be Kenny Omega.
Right. And AEW's not going to lend over any other wrestlers, which is such bullshit.
Maybe they'll give us Hardy's jobbers back for a night.
Oh yeah, Private Party. You know what? Ever since they've been on Impact, we haven't gotten anybody else. So I wonder, they must have not set a good example. If this was
a legitimate war between 3 companies, I would be in for it. But the way this has been booked and the way I know it's going to continue to be booked, I have zero interest in Bound for Glory. And Moose was the only thing holding me on, and now they've ruined him. So sayonara wrestling. I'm out. My retirement. The HeelCast. I'm done. Wrestling sucks. And you know what? I'm going to make a statement right now.
Yep.
That's going to shock the world.
I was hearing this.
And it's going to piss off RVE, and it's going to piss off WCW, AEW guy. And I am now going to go out on a limb and say the number 1 company is WWE. They are the best company right now.
I knew it. I knew it. You've been a WWE. You were hiding in the shadows, waiting to come out, and you came out on the HeelCast.
I've been undercover for the last.
Very
year
proud of you.
I've been on the HeelCast. I've
Right.
been waiting for my moment, and this is it.
You can enjoy your Jeff Hardy squash matches and your endless. And you know what? You can brag all you want about how they got men in the main events, and that's fine. And that's fine. Until WWE comes out on WrestleMania and brings out 90 dancing grandmas or whatever cheesy PG crap they're gonna throw at us. That's fine. And you got John Cena coming back. That's a big move. I'll give you credit there. John Cena versus Roman Reigns, right?
Cena versus Reigns, Goldberg versus Lashley. I'm sorry, those two matches alone are better than anything that either one of the other companies are going to put on.
If Goldberg was, here's the problem with that statement. Goldberg in his prime could make that look fine. Goldberg at 50, not knowing how to wrestle, still just can't. It doesn't work for me, brother, on that one. Lashley's a beast. Lashley would destroy him.
Before we wrap this up, let's just go through this real quick.
Well, we haven't even done the Hurls Hot Corner yet, so.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So let me just mention one thing before we get to your Hot Corner.
Okay.
Let's just go through this real quick. The potential WWE SummerSlam card next month, right?
Yes.
Tell me this is not better. This is not better than let's put Impact aside because they're not even a company right now. Let's put Impact aside.
Okay.
Sorry. Let's put Impact aside. The first match of the night, Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre. That is not a bad opening match between two grown men. It's not bad. The first match of the night. What? Okay, no. Jinder's a jobber. What?
I'm not a huge Jinder fan, no.
Yeah, but at least he was champion at one point. It's a good opening match on the card.
Okay.
Then you got RK Bro, which is Riddle and Randy Orton against AJ and his giant 7 foot almost.
Yeah.
You know that guy?
Yeah.
That's not a bad match.
Okay. I like AJ.
That's it.
Orton to me, I have issues with his career, but
Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks, not a bad women's match.
No.
Charlotte versus Becky Lynch, if she comes back, versus Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. That's not a bad women's match either.
How many times have we seen Charlotte versus Becky?
How many times is it? The same thing with all the companies, though. It's the same crap. But anyway, Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. Okay, I'm with you on that one. Okay. Not interested in the least bit. Okay. Sheamus versus Damian Priest. Don't care. Lashley versus Goldberg. I know I'm on an island on this one.
That's fine. Hey, I liked Goldberg. I did. But the guy never learned how to wrestle. If he would have learned how to wrestle, he could still pull the matches off.
To me, he has to win this match because he's lost his last 5 matches. There's no point in bringing him back once a year to have him keep losing. You're just ruining the aura of Goldberg.
Yeah, I agree.
Not as bad as Sting has been ruined, because at least Goldberg's still fighting in main events, but pretty close. Edge versus Seth Rollins, it's not a bad match, and Cena versus Reigns, it's not a bad card. Not that I'm going to order it. I would never pay money for it, but I think that's better than anything AEW could put out right now.
Well, AEW could put out a good card. They just don't know how to book.
But that's what I mean. It's better than anything AEW could come up with right now.
I agree. There's some matches there that do intrigue me. I don't think that was
Cena
ever my
Reigns,
problem.
We know Reigns is probably going to win, but it's a good match.
It's very good.
Yeah. And I've been watching, I haven't been watching, I would never turn on WWE, at least not yet at this point, but I've been watching, I watch YouTube clips, I'm on Twitter. Roman Reigns has gotten better, man. He was a guy who couldn't open his mouth for shit.
Yeah, I agree.
And he can talk now, and he's in best shape he's ever been in. I like that he's with Paul Heyman. I'm waiting for Lesnar to come back too to fight him, but at least they have grown men fighting in heavyweight matches, and that's what I'm looking for.
I can give you that. But the problem is, anything's hot in WWE, they just stop the momentum right away. Bray Wyatt losing to Goldberg, that I had a problem with. That pissed me off. One of their best built young talents in the last 10 years and you just squash him to Goldberg.
Yeah. So I think they were doing that because they wanted Goldberg to lose to Roman Reigns with the title on the line, and then COVID happened, so it kind of fucked that up.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I mean, I'm a Goldberg mark, so I'm kind of not with you, but I get it.
I'm gonna be 100% real here. When Goldberg was rising through the ranks in WCW, I could not stand him.
Really?
And this is when I still thought it was real, by the way. Yeah, I was a little older and still thought this stuff was real, but I was a huge Sting fan, and I saw Goldberg just rise through the ranks, and he was getting super over. And he, you know what? I mean, he probably carried WCW in '98 to still keep beating WWF in the ratings at that time.
There's no doubt.
And I respected him for that, but I knew when it was time for a Goldberg match, I knew I wasn't going to get that great of a match. But it was still cool because he still made everything move he did look like it freaking hurt. Like his spear was ridiculous.
But he was way more athletic then. He was actually doing.
He was insane.
Like, I'm not saying he was could carry a match, but he was putting on good matches back then. He was doing these crazy it looked real.
If he had the right dance partner, I mean, DDP. Yeah. I didn't even mind some of his stuff with Sid Vicious. That was pretty good too.
Listen, there'll never be a bigger pop ever than when he beat Hogan on Nitro.
That was
the biggest pop of all time. Yeah, you'll never see a crowd ever go crazy like that again. Certainly not for Kenny Omega or Nick Gage.
No.
Get a grip. Get a fucking grip.
Yes.
These are not superstars. Okay, they're not. They're not.
No, Nick Gage to me is just what? Who's that guy from ECW, the New Jack? He's just 2021 version of New Jack.
Except somebody wrote on Twitter, I'd feel more comfortable with fighting New Jack in the ring than this asshole.
Oh,
so if New Jack is safer than somebody, then we got a problem.
There's a lot of problems there. I honestly, I want to like WWE, but then they do that stupid comedy crap with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders.
And I'm not saying they're the best. Like, I'm not saying I'm watching them every week, but to me, that card is more interesting right now than AEW and Impact. And I just, the fact that they have grown men fighting in heavyweight title matches is more interesting.
Is refreshing.
And here's, we'll wrap this up. We'll get to your hot card. I just want to ask you one question. If you could think of a guy right now, let's put WWE aside because WWE has a couple stars in Roman Reigns and I guess John Cena and Edge is still, Randy Orton's still a star. They still have stars. In AEW and Impact, let's put them both together. Mm-hmm. Name one, who would be your number one guy that stands out and you'd say this guy could be a worldwide star? Put them both together.
I'm going to exclude Impact only because of the channel reach that they're on. And when you mean star, like just potential star? Could be
potential to be a star. He has the look. He's good in the ring. He can talk. Just somebody who you think could be like the next like John Cena person, I guess you could say, like, or even Roman Reigns to a lesser degree. Because Cena's way ahead of Roman Reigns.
Well, gosh, I mean. Are you counting Jericho? Because I would consider him a star.
Okay, but he's already a built star, and now
you're talking about built stars. So you're talking about potential.
Like 400 pounds. So, I guess potential. I would say the next big star in wrestling.
Well, I would say next big star.
AEW, it's tough. They're all little fucking midgets.
Well, everybody thinks MJF's going to be this big star, but I don't really. I don't know if I see it. By the way, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that.
And I'll answer it, and I'm going to go with Moose.
Okay.
Moose would be my choice, and they've ruined him. They buried him. That would be my choice because he has the look, he has the in-ring ability, and he learned how to talk. So. To me, he's my choice, and he would shit on anybody on the AEW roster.
Josh Alexander needs to be turned into Bret the Hitman Hart. They need to get him.
He's not as good looking as Brett, though.
Well, no, but they need to make him like marketable in that sense. Give him some new music. Give him a fresh new like something that's going to make him stand up. He can't. He can't. He has to wrestle with those.
He's automatically grouped in with Rick Steiner.
Well, Rick Steiner wasn't a bad one to be grouped by, though. Just saying.
Not a heavyweight champion.
I think Josh Alexander could be a star. I don't know about the charisma department, but that's why I was saying Bret Hart. Bret Hart was never like the most charismatic wrestler ever.
That's true.
But the guy got over. If he got that, that music like Bret had, man.
That's true.
So something like that. That's at least my opinion. Fuck it, Joe Doring. That guy's got star potential. Fuck it.
Hey, RVE, what do you think of that?
Yeah, what do you think of that, RVE? That guy could be a star. I don't care.
Well, I can't think of anybody in AEW. Could you?
Well, like I said, that Nick Corrado guy. He's got a hell of a look.
Okay,
I don't know how to book him.
I'm fine with that as a choice, but he's been booked horrendously.
Man, he has been. He's got no character, nothing. They don't do anything. There are no video packages, nothing.
They care about. Okay. Hey, Kenny Omega. The world revolves around Omega.
Yeah. Sadly.
All right.
Okay. Hurls Hot Corner. You're gonna like this one. I know you didn't have any time to prep, so this might be a little tough for you.
Am I gonna have to do some research again?
You might. Most iconic wrestling T-shirt of all time.
Oh. I mean, I don't have to research it. I had the shirt, so I got my answer.
Okay. Before I say what yours is and what mine is, because I'm pretty positive we have the same one.
Really?
I just want to go. I would think we do. I think we do.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, is yours from WCW?
Yes.
Oh shit, we might. Is yours a group or a single guy?
Group.
Okay, then we have the same one.
Yeah. Okay.
Does their entrance theme start with "Arr"?
No.
Okay. Well, I would go with the Wolfpack.
Wow. So you're going red and black NWO shirt.
Oh, so you're going black and white.
I'm going black and white.
Oh man. Okay. So yes, I'm going red and black. But yours is better. I'm gonna switch mine.
Okay.
Black and white.
Yeah. I'm just going white. I'm just going white and black because.
So the only reason I was thinking of the I used to have a T-shirt of the Wolfpack with the the guys' faces on the T-shirt.
Oh no way! I had one of those too. Was yours the one with Conan, Savage, Luger?
Yeah, and Kevin Nash.
Dude, we had the same one, and it had like wolves on it too. Yes. We had the same one.
That's the first shirt that popped into my head when you asked the question. Like, to me, that was the most iconic shirt.
My dad threw that away. I wish I still had it.
Oh, I had so many WCW shirts that I threw out. Oh, so many.
I had a Goldberg one. I had a DDP one.
Yep.
I
had all their shirts, man, and their Bash and Brawlers.
Oh my gosh, that is amazing.
But that's the first shirt I think of when you mention shirts is that Wolfpack shirt with their pictures on it. But when you said NWO black and white, 100%, you're right.
Yeah, I just think that to me is the most iconic T-shirt. Let's talk about some of the other ones though that could have been said for this because I think there's a few. Let's talk about the Austin 316, just the Austin 316 one. That's iconic.
I mean, that would probably be number 2.
Yeah, I would think so. Hulkamania, that's another one. The yellow with the red.
That actually may be number 1.
That could be. It could be.
Yeah.
No wrong answer. Another one I can think of is the Macho Man purple shirt with the sunglasses that says Macho Man underneath.
Yep.
Another one from WCW, I think that was pretty iconic, was the Four Horsemen one. That was the IV, and then it had the blue lettering. Yeah, I think that one was pretty iconic.
DDP had a good one with the big diamond.
Yes, and I think it said "Bang" on it. Yeah,
and it's like shiny, the shiny diamond one. That was a good one.
That was a good one. I think the Goldberg tattoo logo one was pretty good.
But how about TNA?
Yes, they did. They had a few.
I had the Hulk Hogan chain shirt.
Oh, you did? Okay. I had a few TNA ones, but the biggest one that I think sticks out to me was the Mr. Anderson. Pro wrestling is real. People are fake.
Definitely.
I thought that one was really good.
You either thought this out, or if you came up with that on the fly, that's a solid choice.
Kind of on the fly, kind of thought out. It was like while we were saying for the last 5 minutes.
I can picture that shirt right now. That is a tremendous choice.
It was. I saw a lot of people had that shirt, so props for that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I might even buy that shirt again.
Yeah, that's
I might go buy that.
Can't go out of style.
Right, you can wear it anywhere. People won't know what you're talking about. They just think it's a funny saying.
I wish he would come back.
He's out there. I don't know why not. Why not? Good stuff, though.
Yep.
Good stuff. All right. I think that's it for us. You heard it here, folks. Goldberg has officially defected to the WWE. We'll see how long this lasts.
We gotta wait for AEW, WCW guy, and RVE's reactions.
Yes, because the world needs to hear this. This is basically Hulk Hogan dropping the leg on Macho Man, joining the NWO.
We got one WWE. You know what? Don't call me Goldberg anymore. Call me WWE guy.
Whoa! Now you're really stepping on some toes now. Gosh. Oh my. What the hell? That's my name. Wow. You're stealing my gimmick.
Yeah, we got one WWE guy. We got two AEW guys.
Oh my.
The homegrown Hurls Impact guy.
Impact. Yep. I'm sticking with Impact.
So we're gonna have a war on our next show.
Oh, I'm liking this. I am liking this. Now we just got to find a Ring of Honor Homer or a NWA Homer.
We might be looking for a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, on that, like Nitro used to say, this was the greatest HeelCast of all time. We'll see you next week, folks.